Wait a minute. No, no, this is wrong. Just a second, guys. There, that's much better. Hey, World Warriors! I'm Brian CrowMn for A CrowMn Review, and I've gathered you all here today to talk about something that, well, I've been wanting to do this for like years now. It's just taken me a long time to gather up all the materials and gather up the courage to talk about my favorite professional wrestler of all time, Asuka. Like, what do I even say about NXT's current and longest reigning women's champion? I mean, just look at her. She looks like a Tekken character kicked her way out of your television and into the real world. Between her bright and colorful costumes and appearances, language barrier-breaking charisma, incredible wrestling prowess, and a healthy bit of controversy, it's easy to see just how she's broken out and quickly risen to the top of NXT and, well, the world of professional wrestling in general. Asuka's been a graphic designer, video game journalist, she owns a hair salon. And then there's what we're here to talk about all month long. Hit me with the title card. This is Kana Manifesto. A gravure idol, as best as I understand it, is basically a model. Gravure modeling seems pretty open, incorporating a lot of different genres that we're familiar with in the West, like fitness modeling and pinup. A lot of idols apparently get their start doing gravure, appearing in magazines, photo books, and DVDs. And also, much like the West, it's not unusual for personalities of other celebrity circles to try their hand at it. Released in 2011, Asuka was already 7 years into the wrestling business, and her career was definitely on an upswing before she decided to do some modeling. The DVD clocks in at about 90 minutes, but like if you were looking for 90 minutes of just pure gravure modeling, well, how about this kick to the face? Only about a third of this DVD is actually the modeling. Beyond that, the opening credits and an interview with Asuka at the end of the feature, the bulk of Manifesto is wrestling, which took me entirely off guard. Just on paper, it sounds so weird to me. This is more of a wrestling DVD than a modeling DVD. It'd be like if here in America, like if Serena Williams put out a DVD of her modeling in a bikini, but like they didn't quite film enough footage to fill out an entire DVD, so they just said, fuck it, we'll just fill the rest of the space with like highlights from her latest run at the US Open or something. Like even just the base concept, like I tried Googling, the top grossing models of the world for research. I'm very thorough with a CrowMn review for research of the modeling. And like I couldn't find like any of them having like any DVDs of just them modeling. I guess this is just like a very Japan thing. Anyways, let's just do this. All right, we're gonna start the review portion of the DVD, and we're gonna start with the wrestling since, I mean, that kind of does take up the bulk of the DVD. It features 4 matches from the Japanese wrestling promotion Smash, which was actually owned by former WWE star Tajiri. All the matches take place within roughly the span of a year, spring 2010 to summer 2011. 3 of the matches feature Asuka squaring off with Syuri, and once against Tajiri. The entrances and endings have their audio dubbed over with music to cover up entrance themes, which really sucks because at this time Asuka was using the friggin' Okami theme, and Syuri came to the ring using Sakura's Street Fighter IV theme. Like, friggin' awesome! Their first match is incredible, like, friggin' Christ. This is one of the best matches I've ever seen. This was my first time ever seeing Syuri in the ring, and it was just awesome. Syuri's a legit badass with a background in kickboxing professionally with a 13-1 record, and she also did MMA for a little while where she was undefeated 2-0. They have some seriously great chemistry in the ring, and having this match on the DVD is worth it alone.
プライド、そしてこのリングへの愛情があります。いいアタック。そして抱えて投げようというけど、そうはさせない。逆にジャーマンスープレックスホールド。
So naturally, you'd probably assume that the other two matches are just as good, right? Well, the first rematch is fine, but it's basically just a glorified squash match with Asuka taking Syuri down in just a couple short minutes. The third, which took place basically a year after their first match, yeah, it's friggin' good, but as good as their first match? Not quite.
その言葉を跳ね返すように磨きをかけてきたこの蹴り、何発も放ってまいります。受け止める。強引に。
Then there's the match with Tajiri, which, while not spectacular or incredible, is still a pretty solid match and worth catching. Now, before, between, and after all of these wrestling matches on this modeling DVD, we get to see Asuka featured in various locations in various states of dress and undress. So we're going to go over them one at a time and see what this whole gravure modeling thing is supposed to be about, I guess. For our first scene, we start off at the beach with Asuka in a snakeskin bikini, and guys, right away it feels weird. Like, whose idea was it to put her in heels and have her go rock climbing in a bikini? Like, it looks fine, but I was less concerned with being turned on and more concerned she might, like, twist an ankle and fall. It's like, try and look sexy, but also try not to die. And then there's those, like, leg things that I don't know what they are exactly. Are they supposed to be snakeskin stockings? Snakeskin leg warmers? Look, it was awkward, okay? The whole thing was just awkward. And right away, the image quality of the DVD, it's not great. Anyways, next scene, I guess, maybe it'll get better. Asuka's at the Cascada bar, which, at first glance, it seems like a terrible bar. Like, I've never been bar hopping, I'm not really a bar guy, but like, there's a disco ball hanging from the ceiling. And it's low enough that it looks like it's just slightly in the way of the TV behind it. The TV's not even turned on. We could be watching, I don't know, Capcom Cup? NXT? Fuck this place. Asuka's looking pretty good at least. I really like her outfit, the low lighting's nice, the music sets a nice mood, her hair looks super hot done that way. This is actually looking like it could be going pretty well. Talk about a fucking nosedive, like, what happened to the music? I liked that song that was playing, and why did they have to replace it with this softcore porn music, and then the ice play? Like, I'm not crazy, right? I remember very distinctly women playing with ice cubes being sexy. You remember this, right? Women playing with ice cubes? Sexy? But this was not sexy. Like, because she's laying down on the bar counter, the melted ice is running down Asuka's face at weird angles. So there's a very visible stream from her upper lip slowly going down her cheek, and like, the water goes far enough down that it starts reaching her ear. Melted ice dripping into your ear is not sexy. And then there's this moment where, like, the ice cube melts in half and she has to eat the half that melted into her mouth, and then the piece that she has left is too small and slippery that she almost drops it. Like, what the hell happened? This was going so well. Fuck. So that train wreck leads us into this one. It's Asuka in a very brightly lit room with bad contrasting, looking like she might have just come out of the shower or something. Her hair's kind of wet, wearing a red robe. Nothing particularly weird or painfully awkward happens in this one, so by default it's already the best one so far, but it's kind of boring. Tease of the leg, a little shoulder, bit of cleavage, calf close-up. The only thing about this shoot that I really liked was the music. I'm playing a lot of Trails of Cold Steel at the moment, and this song sounds like it fit in with the soundtrack just perfectly. And then I guess that last pose in the end, like the last 10 seconds, that was pretty hot too. Okay, guys, like, I feel like I need to put a disclaimer on this one because this one's weird. Like, I mean, I know, like, most of these have been really weird and awkward, but this one. So, it's Asuka in business attire, in a bathtub covered in newspaper, spraying her chest with a shower head. I have so many questions. Why are you taking a shower in your clothes? If you were going to take a shower in your clothes, why did you take your jacket and your shoes off? Did you plan on taking a regular shower, but after taking your shoes and jacket off decided, no, there's no time? Why is the bathtub covered in newspaper? Did you do that? Why would you do that? Did you find it that way? Why didn't you take it down? How come when this scene started, it looked like you were being filmed as the director told you what this scene was supposed to be? You looked as weirded out as I was while this part of the DVD was playing. My roommate was in the room with me while this was playing. I had to watch this with another person in the room. I had to watch this with another person in the room. Fuck. One more to go. Asuka's laying in bed in her underwear and within 10 seconds actively being melted by the sun! Like, a lot of these previous shoots had bad contrasting, but this one's just the friggin' worst of the worst. And the worst part is, this one probably could have been really good. I mean, her underwear's cute, this scene's the least awkward of the bunch, the little tease of untying the bra strap and draping an arm across her breasts, great. Aside from the contrast and a few weird close-ups, it's filmed just fine. This one could have been fine, which, it would have put it miles ahead of everything else. This was weird. Kana Manifesto is weird. It's a gravure DVD, but the gravure is awkward, weird, or poorly shot. And then there's twice as much wrestling on the DVD itself, and frankly, the wrestling is the best part of the DVD. It's a million times more entertaining seeing Asuka kicking people in the face than soaking her breasts in a newspaper-lined bathtub or trying to keep her balance in heels as she steps across beach rocks. And you want to know the best part? I said at the beginning of this video that this would be a month-long spectacular. An Asuka month, if you will. Because there's 3 more of these DVDs, and I'm gonna do them all. So for a CrowMn review, I'm Brian CrowMn, and I'll see you next time, right here, on A CrowMn Review. Oh, why do I do this to myself?